What is up, guys? We are Team Board Wipe, and today we have Jake Kuenzi. Jake went 11-0 in Swiss today. This is first place in Swiss deck profile. And
yeah, unfortunately, I did lose in top 32. Some unfortunate hands, but I actually only won 2 of my die rolls whole tournament, so that was pretty unfortunate. But yeah, I went undefeated in Swiss. I went 11-0. I was playing Trickstar Sky Striker, so the obvious is 3 Candida. I played 3 Licorice. A lot of people like to go 2 on this card, but you need the 3rd a lot to win, especially since I'm playing Desires. If you don't have the 2nd even, like if you banish one, a lot of times like you just really need it. You can't extend the duel at all. Or if it's the engrave and like you're like in a grind game and you have the Candida, you need to be able to search this so you can like keep making plays. And by only having 2, you really cut yourself off from that. 1 Lilybell. I almost wish I played 2 of this card. I realized like I hadn't really played that much Trickstar before a tournament. I didn't realize how crucial it was. And when I did banish this off Desires, it was hard to win. And it got called by the grave, and I was in grind games, and I was just floating into this in defense mode, which just wasn't really enough. So that's all of the Trickstar monsters. It's fairly standard. For hand traps, 3 Ash and 3 Droll. But I also played 3 Cyframe Gamma. Everyone's just drolling you and ashing you all the time, so you usually you don't play your Candida and stuff, you do everything else, and then if you get this, you almost automatically win the duel. I just love this card anyway, but also when you go 2nd, it's another really good hand trap to play. And then the 1 Driver. I tribute someone for this twice, and I won both times because of that. So it's kind of funny, but yeah, so that's what I played for the hand traps. As far as spells go, you know, pretty standard. 3 Light Stage and 3 Terraforming. I was considering playing something like a set rotation to get access to this card more consistently, but I ended up not doing that. There's not another good field spell you want, and Pseudo Space isn't good because it doesn't get the search on activation. 3 Scapegoat. I never saw this card. Since I lost all my die rolls, it never really did anything, but whenever I resolved this, I think I did win the duel automatically. And the Sky Strikers, the 3 Engage, 3 Hornet Drones, the Afterburner, and the Widowmaker. I wasn't sure about these cards, what ratios I should be running. I definitely am glad I played the Widowmaker though, even though I had considered cutting it. It came up a lot. And then because my deck was built to beat the mirror and do well in Top Cut, I played 3 copies of Shared Ride. I wanted something that would give me basically an auto win in the mirror, and this card is D-Barrier, or it's like you know, Maxi, like everyone says. And then I played 2 Desires, and even though it's 42 cards, I played the 1 Upstart. This is a spell card for the Sky Striker cards. Also, you can side it out if you're getting close to time, or I side this out against the Trickstar deck too, because they can do the Droll Reincarnation on you really easy, and it's not good enough value. And then I only played 2 Reincarnation. This is fairly standard now. I barely ever use the on-field effect. I just use it to add and then discard off the Nightmares, the OTK. So that was it for the main deck. It's 42 cards. We'll go into the side deck. The worst card in my side deck easily was this Jamming Waves. I realized that I kind of only wanted this against pure Sky Striker and against Trickstar. But against Trickstar, you don't ever want to search it because it just lets you open to Droll. And you don't want to get drolled and then searching an MST. So I definitely would play a 2nd copy. The last card that I put in was a Night Beam, and this card is just actually really good right now because everyone ends on set 1 or set 2. And this is essentially a Twin Twister. If they set 2, if they want to activate both of them. If not, like, they just lose their cards. The one time I did side this in, I drew it and just hit my opponent's 1 back row, which was a Scapegoat. So
wow, you are a pro.
But this card sucks. Like, this has no room in a deck anywhere. Well, they can be impure, I guess. I played 2 Twin Twister. Jamming Waves was the idea for the 3rd, but I could have also played the 3rd over this. This card is just good for the mirror match. I didn't really play any, so it didn't really come up, but it's a solid card overall. If we go in 2nd in the mirror, I played Triple Epsilon. The idea was that they would use a Reincarnation on you, or use like a Mind Crush, or you could set cards and they would use their Heavy Storm Duster. I never actually drew it when my opponent had traps, so I only played 2 mirror matches. The last monsters on my side were 3 sphere modes. I think I played against 6 or 7 Gokis. And I only actually drew this one time against them. Usually I just hand trapped them with like my Gamma, and if you Gamma their Firewall, usually they can't really do very much. So the one time I did draw this, though, I did win.
I have a question. Why do you choose to Gamma the Firewall over this hold?
I feel like there's not as much recovery. Not that I don't hit this hold, but usually I would like have like 2 hand traps or something, and I would try to Ash this hold, and it would end up always getting like called by the Graved.
Okay.
So, I mean, it depends on what I know their hand is. Also, like if I know I hit the Firewall and they have like literally nothing, like that's fine. Then I played 3 Heavy Storm Duster. This is against like non-Goki when I went first, and then later in the day when I realized people are playing they set their back row and then Heavy Storm Duster, so you can't reincarnation them. I would have maybe sided this in against Goki, but probably not. But yeah, but everyone just sets the player on reincarnation and then you use Heavy Storm Duster. And then the last 2 cards were the Impermanence. This card's just good in rogue matchups. It's good if you play against like BA and they try to summon a Shuri Beast. Also, it's just really good against the Goki deck. It's how you stop them from going off. And since everyone's playing the Aqua Dolphin, they can't hit this, which came up the one time. And then, so for the extra deck, I played the Omega. Whenever I summoned this card, I think I won because it meant I Gamma'd, and I won whenever I Gamma'd. For Link 4s, I played the Saruja. I actually love this card. I ended up summoning it 3 times, and it got ashed every single time. The 4th time I summoned it, it was just with 3, and it was just a special monster from hand to do damage. And then I played the Firewall for the OTK, the Bomber Dragon, push for damage and just clear stuff, and then the Borreload. I think I only summoned a Borreload 1 time, but I definitely would still play it, because it's probably usually the best card to summon off Scapegoat. For 3s, I just played the Unicorn. I really wish I had Trish Banya a few times, and it did come up, but I just don't really have room in the extra deck unless I cut something. This is the only card I never summoned, was Goblin. I didn't play against very many, like, people weren't playing Sky Strikers in their Goki decks, or the random other decks I faced, so they never had the up arrow, so I could never do the OTK on them, and it never really came up otherwise. I played Cerberus. I definitely am glad I played this. I had considered cutting this card, but it came up quite a bit, especially in the mirror match. They'll end up like a Licorice on field, and you can just pop it and then hopefully go off and kill them. But usually for the mirror match, you want to try the Unicorn and everything, so it doesn't go to the grave, so they can't stop you from killing them with their reincarnation in grave. And Phoenix is obvious. Space Insulator. Sometimes you just need to card the points up that you can summon with the token. Kind of sucks, but you know, you need it a few times. And then 1 Link Karibo, 1 Link Spider, obvious, and then the obvious ratio of 2 Kagari and 1 Shizuku.
All right, any closing words, statements, shoutouts?
I think the deck was pretty good. Like I said, I would definitely change the Jamming Waves for another Nightbeam or a Twin Twister. I am happy I got 32. I got a prize card. It was kind of stupid how that worked, but and I wish I would have drawn better in top 32. But overall, yeah, it's pretty good. Shoutouts, just Team Board Wipe, obviously. All people from Minnesota. Also Rising Star, thanks for sponsoring us as well.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.